Watch yourself. Be on guard. This place is full of vultures, vultures everywhere. Everywhere.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. Au revoir, monsieur. Au revoir, madame.
Au revoir. Amusing little fellow. Waiter. Oh, how silly of me.
Oh, dear.
I left my wallet in the hotel. Oh.
Hi, welcome to Moments with Mimi. And today we're going to discuss gurus. I'm expanding on this topic. It is it's an important topic. I got into a discussion with a gentleman in the Law of Attraction subreddit, and you know, he made the statement he had read them all, and you know, I just laughed and said, well, there's no way you read them all. But I understand you read a lot, and the link to the list of things that you have read is there's nothing there. And, you know, he sees objectively, so he thought I was judging, and he judged me, you know, and back and forth. And anyways, the gist of the thread was he was going to make a list of these LOA teachers, and those are not New Thought teachers who are not this teacher. No, it's all the same thing. And he couldn't understand that. And that's okay. I mean, you'll understand it when you understand it. But if you stop and think about it, you look at it, it's the same thing. You know, they got it from somewhere. They read it from somewhere. They heard it from something. This has been going on forever, okay? And people tell it in different ways because some people are creative and they'll make a story, Aladdin and his lamp. And some people are, you know, motorcycle maintenance and they'll write Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. And some are like, look, this is what I did, and this is how I did it, and this is where I got the information. Like the Quran. You know, I mean, it's their way of telling the story. And it's all the same story. And in the end, you will still make the decision. Okay? It's your decision. If I tell you to stop worrying, you know, then okay, you now have a choice. Do I continue to worry or do I stop worrying? You know, if you see objectively, one of the responses might be, you know, I'm not going to do what she says I'm doing, you know, which is something we all do all the time, you know, and you make your own decisions. In the end, it's you who chose to follow or listen to or attach yourself to another. And the idea is you're not attached to anyone or anything. Ew, I'm the one. Okay? I'm the one. Stand up. Stand up. Come on. Let's hook arms. Okay? And we're salsa. Let's go. We're a baseball team. Okay? And everyone's playing their role. Center field, right field, left field, pitcher, catcher, you know. And you are the owner and the manager and the catcher who sees the whole playing field. And you're the first baseman and the second baseman and third baseman and shortstop. And you're going to pay attention. You're going to give it your love. You're going to pay attention. You're going to be the best. You know how to get grounders. You can get them in your sleep. You don't have to think about it. All you have to do is be ready to play your role. So we all have a role. And most people just don't get this. There's only one man, and he is asleep on a golden couch. And the one God, who is two parts, consciousness and divine love, what science calls conscious and subconscious, okay, went into the man. And when it went into the man, it split in two. So they could fit everything in there and had this blank on the other side and made a baby. And the baby is the human imagination. Up until that point, you were no different than the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. Okay, just being the best human being you can be. That's why that baby shark song resonates. As silly as that song is, you know. And so then you move forward and you're making these decisions and you're putting on these states of consciousness and you're losing them and you're putting them on and you're losing them. And then you get to this point where you're learning that's what you're doing, you know. And here they come out of the woodwork. All the gurus, do it my way, do it my way. Oh, this way is the only way, you know, blah, 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 blah. There's only one way, and that's yours. Your unique and individual thought, belief that the one man has had. This is a dream. And the beauty of this dream is that you wake up. And then as you start to rip beliefs out, I don't believe that anymore. Those who have been representing that belief now begin to feel the angst and pain. And they will either turn inward or go away. And how they go away is, who cares? The volcano blew up and 300 people died. They had to go. They believed that. You know, you don't see that tie in it until you learn these laws of mind and learn it's subjective, not objective. And the best way to get yourself to the subjective side, and that being your automatic response instead of the objective side, is to just start reading the things that you love to read and go read them subjectively. Go read anything and go read it subjectively. I don't care what it is. It can be The Guns of August. I've done that. It's a great book. I love Barbara Tuchman. She's the best historian. But anyways, it's, you have to be your own guru. You have to learn it's all within you, and it will be shown you and told to you your way, you know, and trust in yourself that that's what's going to happen. Trust and accept who you are. You know, it's one of the hardest things to do. Accept who you are. You know, you are responsible for everything. And it doesn't matter if you can't remember when you did that. Okay, so for example, you may have been horribly abused and mistreated as a child. How did I bring that on myself? I was a child. No, the avatar is a child. Okay, the costume is the child. Because this child is learning that they have to be strong and only believe in themselves and no one else. Okay, because they've been believing others, and it's time for this one to wake up. So this one is going to suffer as a child, and the story's written. Okay, your part is written. Who knows why? The only thing you really need to know, which is what Neville was saying, is it's all God, and God meant it for good. But for me, that wasn't good enough. I had to know why. And as I discovered this, then, you know, I was led this way. It's not me, okay? It's the one in all of us. And this is just how it is. So when the Psalms and the Bible say, bring your vengeance down upon them, Lord, it's rip this sucker out of here. I don't believe this anymore. If that means the nations fall, the nations fall. I don't care if it means the world implodes. I don't care. This doesn't matter anymore, and I'm not believing this. Boom. It's understanding that you can go read 50 billion of them, but really, what Lao Tzu is saying is no different than Marcus Aurelius or Richard Wagner or Neville Goddard or Dr. Joseph Murphy or any of these other awakened individuals. Who are you going to really listen to? Are you going to listen to an Einstein? Or are you going to listen to an Esther Hicks? Okay? It's who is there seeing it subjectively, who can help you see it this way. You've gotten this far, you've learned this, and sometimes as people get, they can get anything they want and they're bored. And it's like that man Neville talked about in Tennessee, who always wanted oil, and then he got all his oil and he had all his riches, but he still felt empty inside. He thought the oil and the riches were going to fill him up, but it didn't. It's about the love. It's always about the love. And I know that sounds so simple, but most people don't understand. Love is everything here is a manifestation. It's a dream. Okay? So love is manifested itself as energy. Okay? Energy. Everything is made up of energy. That is what it is. Okay? And then you start shaping it. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. In the core, in the middle. This is science. This is how it manifests scientifically. It's still the same story. Okay? Molten iron in the middle does this electromagnetic field that protects the earth. It's a story. You're protected. Everything is great. All of that's inside you. You're projecting it out and you're protected. Okay? This is the story of science. It's still the same story. It's, quantum physics. I am the God particle. You are. You're the one that determines if the cat lives or dies when that box gets opened. It's what you're going to believe. There's a measurement problem because you can be anywhere in the world with your thoughts, thinking about the experiment, what you think it might get you, or what you think you might see. It sure would be weird if we saw something completely different. Bam! This is a story. And you're supposed to learn to control your mind, control the beast, which is the human. It'd be like, third rock from the sun, only it's all sharks. Instead of going into the human being, they went into sharks. Oh, hey, what the hell? Oh, man, where's all the babies? Where's all the baby fish to eat? Now you're worried about it because now you become aware of it. So, gurus can really lead you astray. Anyone who tells you that, you have to do it like this, and you start stressing out because your coach is, saying you're not doing it right or you're not doing it with enough feeling or whatever, well, they're not you. I know they call it coaching, but for example, at my Patreon site, I'm teaching, okay? I'm teaching. You want to call it coaching. I don't care. Here's all these blogs. Here's all this information for you. You want to ask? You want to talk about some stuff? Yeah, bring it on. Let's do it. Bring those comments. Bring that discussion. Let's talk about it. Isn't it cool? Tell me your story. I'll tell you some of my story. Yeah. And it's fun and it's rewarding because it helps you. You're hanging with people who see life subjectively or are trying to get there subjectively, and they understand it. In the end, it's still their decision, their choice. They're the ones who will agree or not agree. I'm not making them in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter what tier you join. I'm there for you. We're followers of the way. We're one. Okay? I'm going to help you no matter what. It's about getting the message across and helping, others who are seeking it anyways, see that this is, subjective. It's subjective. It's not objective. And carrying Neville's work forward to the next level. Come on. Come on, man. Bring it on. Let's go. Let's go. We're raising a baby here. Love the babies. Gotta love the babies. Gotta love the babies. We made Greta. She's a monster. She's a monster. She's the climate change monster. And he had to go down to little children to scare you. But the children. There's one man. It's all of us. We gotta be a team. Come on. Come on, team. The climate is perfect. You're so silly. Bye, you monster. Bye, bye. I love you, though. You're so cute. The best devil advocate I could see is you. You're released. I do not care. This is me. This is how I do it. But it takes time to sit down and figure out, because it's so natural how you talk to yourself and when you're talking to yourself. And when do you go in the zone? Because when you're in the zone, you're in sanctuary, And the idea is you can take a mundane task, you can take something you love, something that you practice all the time, you don't even have to think about it, and now you're in the zone. You're pole dancing, you're scrubbing the floors, you're whatever, Now you're in the zone. Now you're at the door. And then there's there's 4 ways, just like there's always 4 ways. There's 4. That's one way. Through the discipline of getting into a task and getting into the zone, going to silence. Meditating is getting into the zone. It's, getting into the groove. It's getting into the groove. How do you get into the groove? There's all these different ways, and only your way is the right way, and then there's the all-encompassing way, which, most people don't even talk about. And that's just laying down, go into silence your mind with I am. Just be. Just go be. Go be. And then you'll float. And then you'll float. And then you'll feel it. And then you just say it. I am wealthy. I am healthy. Or I know we're meant to be together and it's happening now. Shooting star. This is the Elijah, knocking at the door. So there's a lot of ways to do it. But the one that is written about is about imagining, because that's the baby. And you go to silence and you go imagine the end. That's what Papa does. That's what Papa did, And so it's, training your imagination as a child and then living life objectively. So you carry on the story of life. And then you've been doing that for many, many bodies. Okay. And then comes the time for you to wake up. So if you want to listen to people like Esther Hicks or Joseph Eli, and say only their thought is the right thought, Miss Byrne, there's others, because they're alive, and you've divided it up into, different you're living in objective land. You're busy labeling, and you're busy, categorizing. Huh? What? So it's really about recognizing that there's only one. And if they see others, they don't see one. And if they say you are limited in any way, they see life objectively. I've had people tell me that gurus tell me that they're no good, and their guru has become their monster. Their coach has become their monster. I've had people tell me that, this person, I'm not going to say names, but this person, this coach, this LOA coach, told them that men have needs and you should give it up to them. Yeah. What? Esther Hicks. Don't worry about your debt. I know it bothers you, but just don't think about it. What? Governments don't pay their debt. Don't think about it. What? Oh, by the way, here's a divine being. Want to talk to him? Ask your question. But you're really getting her perception. It's her divine being. God is in awe. Are you going to bow to that? Okay? Same thing with everything. You're making the decisions no matter what. No matter what. And you're in a dream. Now you can turn around and do that 180, accept who you are, reject the objective world, and go back and start reading and watching the shows and watching the movies that you love and all these things that you've got yourself scared about because there's bad in there, Look, so what? The Twin Towers were meant to come down, okay? The people who were meant to not die that day got in a traffic jam, were late getting up, was sick, not going in, whatever. Okay, and the ones who were meant to die, who were playing the role, they hadn't turned within. Here it comes. You gotta go. You're playing this role. You are magnificent. Man, I'm good. Yeah. Scared all of Congress and the Senate. Oh, no, that's right. We didn't, because they've been planning for this for decades. That's what we do. And we believe that's what we do. So no, you can believe in the worst of men or you can believe in the best of men. You can start getting down into the details and worrying about the details and how you need to change this detail or that detail from the worst to the best. Or you can just accept there's only one being here and you're the best. So there's only the best surrounding you. Always. Everyone's the best. Everyone's the best. I teach people how to fish. Okay? I don't give them fish. And I'm certainly not throwing them into a cage. The idea is to be free. Okay? Free of all of this. So, you have to decide who you're going to listen to, and they resonate, and your feelings are guiding you. If something tastes like tin foil, there's a reason for it. If something makes your gut churn, there's a reason for it. You shouldn't be paying somebody you're paying somebody to be your monster. Your stomach's in a knot because they fuss at you every time you contact them. It's not working. I'm not seeing. Why are you bothering me? Huh? Now, you can get mad at me because I'm going to keep saying it's you. And I'm going to keep pointing out, well, I told you don't worry, and I pointed out how you're worrying, and then I pointed out how you just wrote this great story. Is that what you want to experience? And you get mad, you know? And I understand, I do, you know? But it's still you. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, listen. And that's really what it's about, what everybody else is about. They're messengers and gift givers, and it's all a gift and it's all a wonderful message. And when you start falling in love with life itself, that you express it and experience it, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world, then all of life is, all of it. You're in love with life. You're in love with expressing life. You know this. People who just go into nature and fall in love with it heal themselves. They've filled their mind up with the perfection of nature, which is all God. It's the Fibonacci, it's the golden mean, it's the perfect spiral. It's, those things you're filling your mind up. That's the universal language of numbers and images that come into your mind, and you're just out there loving it and wondering at it. And this was Thoreau and Emerson, and they healed themselves doing this. But you have to understand, when you get this far along the line, and you've now discovered its laws and states of consciousness, and that there's only one, and you're putting states on and off, and you got to be here because the one thought of you. And that's how you got made. You're a belief, and you're magnificent. And you're the best, You're the best bad guy ever. You're the best liar ever. You're the best thief ever. I love it, because you steal for the thrill of it. And you do it knowing that you're not hurting anyone. You're stealing from banks that are insured or rich people who get more. And you don't care about the money. That's why you give it to the poor. This is the story of Robin Hood. And he never misses the mark. He hits the target. So I hope this helps. People call it coaches because they're trying to get somebody to tell them, tell me how to do it. And they're really bowing. Here, this is how you do it. Here's the recipe. But you still have to sit down and figure out yourself. Because this is about you. And I'm not you. And you're not me. And you never will be. And I will never be you. But I know you're lovely. An important thought in the one man's mind. As far as I'm concerned, you're magnificent and the best. And always will be. And there can never be anything else. So it's up to you to embrace yourself and accept who you are, or at a minimum learn these, and you're turning within, because in case you hadn't looked around you, the world is up in arms because beliefs are getting ripped out right and left. You can't sing John Lennon's Imagine with feeling for over 30 years and not see something happen. So it's really cool and wonderful. So I hope this helps. Really, blessings to you. And thank you for being you. Just remember that if they resonate, there's a nugget there. And just look to see if they see others or not, if they're seeing life subjectively or objectively. And it'll be all right. Blessings to you. Thank you for being you.